On my shamanic path, I have learned that any challenge that you're experiencing, especially the really big ones, the really prolonged ones, um, they are initiations. It's an invitation for you to step into your power, to step into your truth. And so, with that being said, challenges are not a bad thing, but sometimes we let the fear win. We let the fear, we believe in the fear, and we forget our truth. We forget who we are, which is God. We're God, and we are all that is. We are divine. We are these ethereal beings. And so, knowing that truth, true knowing is doing. And if you let challenges and obstacles bring you down, then you don't actually really know that you're God. And um, I say that because on my path, I have been, I've learned that initiations and these challenges are part of my growth, they are part of my expansion. And I have been going through some really intense initiations, one really in particular, and it has been really intense, and it has been rocking me to my core. And I got triggered yesterday for lots of things. A series of things happened yesterday, but just to give you an example, one of them was um, I I discovered that I my student loan payment increased by more than twice its monthly price, and I don't know why. Having student loans has been a little bit of a headache, just in general. Every couple years, they switch to a different lender, so I always like, who am I with now? What are we doing? Um, but not only that, but I hadn't realized I've been paying a lot more for like a whole year. But not only that, I graduated with $19,000 of debt. I have paid almost $10,000, yet I still owe the same amount. I owe $19,000. So that's like one of them. And I felt so exploited. I felt taken advantage of. I felt a lot of anger, a lot of rage. And I will say, my emotional response, my emotional reaction to being exploited, to being taken advantage of, to being used and abused, it's an abusive system, that was valid. And so I went to I connect with Mother Water. You don't have to call her mother. That's just how I see our elements as mothers. So I went to my river spirit where I go to alchemize. And that's where I go to cry. That's where I go to tell my mother my feelings, my emotions, and tell her my thoughts, and and cry like a daughter does to a mother. And I get consoled. I get nurtured and loved by her, and I receive healing energy, and I receive guidance. And so I came to her crying, as I do, and um, I just felt so much anger and so much rage, like this intense fire within me. And it's been happening more and more, where I feel this intense, fiery anger. And I wasn't sure what to do with it. And as I was telling her about what I experienced and how I feel and what I desire and what I want for my life, I felt myself being soothed. I felt like the water being poured over the fire, and by the end I was calm, I was regulated. And that was when she reminded me of some guidance she had given me earlier. So before I experienced these really deep initiations I'm going through, I was prepared for it. And I was warned that I was going to go through significant challenges, significant lessons, I should say. And I didn't know what, I didn't know how, I just knew that I was being prepared for challenges. So even though I had the awareness of it, it's it's silly to think about that, like, things happen, and I'm a human and I have human emotions. And when I was getting prepared last year, mother told me that to think of all of these challenges, to think of any sort of overwhelm, any sort of big emotion, anytime I feel challenged in my life, in my human experience, my day to day, to think of it as a little hurdle that you can hop over. And to hop over it, she said that you feel those emotions, you let it go through you, right? But the first task of hopping over is to acknowledge that it is a hurdle, and by just pointing at it and saying, you are a hurdle, you are you are initiation, you are a challenge, you are a lesson for me, and I can hop over this, because life will never give you something you cannot hop over. You will never experience an initiation you cannot overcome. Okay? In shamanism, there are just little deaths until you have your big death. And when you acknowledge the hurdle, you then can hop over it by experiencing those emotions like I did yesterday, crying, right? Alchemizing, and then seeking a higher understanding. So always go back to having a higher understanding. And that's what she showed me, is that when I hop over these hurdles, I will be gifted. I will be rewarded. And I didn't know in what way, but now that I've been doing this for a year, I have learned that those rewards, those gifts are expansion. It is raising your vibration. It's receiving more guidance. It's receiving more wisdom. It's receiving even deeper, challenging initiations. um, I will say, like, when you receive guidance or you receive intuition, which is your spirit speaking to you, when you receive that, if you are not listening to it, if you're not acting on it, you are not going to be continue to give more and more and more, like, in-depth stuff. You are being given a gift here. Will you listen to it? Will you integrate it? And when you do, when you take that opportunity to say, yes, I will integrate this wisdom, yes, I will listen to you, you will be continued, it will continue to be given more and deeper, and you'll have a stronger connection, I will say. That could be totally wrong, but that's been my experience, is that I receive guidance when I'm ready to. I don't always speak to spirit guides. I am given information when it's necessary for me to be given it. And when I integrate it enough, I receive more. And then I move forward with that. So Mother showed me in preparation to jump, to name the obstacle, see it as a hurdle, to see it as a game, to see it as through the eyes of a child, to see it as innocent and joyful and exciting, which can be challenging. It can be challenging when these initiations are really emotional, and just to look at it with through a child's eyes, to jump over the hurdle like it's a fun game. And when you jump over the hurdle, you expand. It's like the hurdle is this launch pad, and every single challenge you can launch and soar with it. And so, with the challenges I was experiencing yesterday, these emotions of feeling exploited, there was more to it. I have an issue with my taxes. There's just like a lot of financial uh, things that are jarring me. It's shaking me to my core. And I was reminded by Mother Water, that this is a hurdle, and You can use this momentum. You can use all of this dense, strong, potent energy that's weighing me down to almost like a bungee cord, like pull me back and then snap. And then I can fly and soar to places I've never seen before. She was reminding me that this is a hurdle. It's a hurdle, and I forgot that these are hurdles. And that happens. I forget things, as we all do. When they become so real, we forget that they're shadows. We forget that they're illusions. We forget that this is an illusion in some aspects, that this is not our truth, right? This physical world is not our truth in yeah, because we are these divine beings that are eternal, and this is just temporary. Nothing in this physical world is permanent. It will always change. Everything will always change. And so I was reminded that see this as a hurdle and jump over it. And jumping over it, I will use the example of this my student loans. And yesterday, crying, upset, and when I finally calmed down, when I finally was soothed by Mother Water, I was able to then really take in this wisdom that she was giving me, this guidance, this advice that she was giving me. And I'm like, okay, I can see the student loan as a hurdle. I can see these tax situation as a hurdle. I can see this other experience as a hurdle. And part of jumping over the hurdle is acknowledging that that hurdle is also God. It is also the divine light. Even though maybe maybe experiencing this hurdle is painful, it is still you, it is still creator. And so when you jump over the hurdle, you hold this reverence and this appreciation for having the opportunity to fall more in love with yourself, fall more in love with your journey, to become even more compassionate, to become even more soft, to have an even a more open heart, to not let these challenges, these initiations harden you. And one of the things I've been told, this is not from my guides, this is from a book that I read, that when you have a challenge, you bless the challenge, you bless this lesson, you thank this lesson for what you're being taught, what they're helping you remember about your true self. It's an opportunity for you to step into your mastery more, to become more of who you are, which is God. And so these challenges, although they're painful at times, it is an opportunity for me to use it as a launch pad so that I can soar and transform myself into who I really am, which is God. And so, jumping over this hurdle yesterday, I came to Mother Water in tears, and I just felt so like overwhelmed, and I was crying a lot. I was crying so much because I'm like, I just don't like just, and I felt so angry. I felt so angry at just all of these oppressive systems. It really gets to me. The more I grow in awareness, it's like the more that I have to transmute, because I'm seeing the abuse. I'm seeing these shadows in such intense ways. And I am very empathetic. I feel so deeply. And I love that. I wouldn't change it for the world. And so I went from that, from feeling so just like overwhelmed to soothed, to then today, like I I'm good. And I just wanted to share that, because it's not what happens, it's what you do with what happens. And it's okay to feel upset. It's okay to feel angry. It's okay to feel so intense and like you can't get through it, but you can. And it is in those moments where you are so overwhelmed, where you are so crushed by the world around you, that is when you step into your mastery. That is when you become more godlike, more true. It's in those moments. It is not when life is going peaceful. It is when you are reminded of who you are. And I will say, it's not fun. But today I'm great. I'm feeling great, and I know that the waves will come. There will be another wave. But I'm so grateful for the reminder. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to continue to step into my mastery. I was able to see the student loans and all of these experiences that happened yesterday that I was being exposed to as acts of love, because that's what they are. All of those moments that I had yesterday, all of that energy was given to me so that I could alchemize it, so that I could heal more, so that I could transcend, and that I can soar higher. And I am not a healed person. I am healing. And I don't know if there is a fully healed unless we're back completely with source. I know that I am always learning, and there's always more for me to learn, and there's always more for me to become aware of. And I say that because I truly desire to walk in full humility and humbleness, because I've been reminded the universe will humble you if you don't. So take with that what you will. um, but I'm already experiencing the soaring. I used that opportunity. I leaned I leaned on my spirit. I leaned on our physical world, our elements. I refer to the elements as mothers because that's how I relate to them. That's how I see them for myself. And so I went to my mother. I went to my home. I went to where I am safe and I am nurtured and I am protected. I went to my river spirit and I healed with her. I connected with her. And you don't have to go to water, um, but connecting with your spirit is always great. But we're not just spirit, we are physical as well. We are the yin and the yang. We are spirit and physical. And so connecting with the physical world is really important. Connecting with Mother Nature in any form that attracts you is really important. If you are someone who loves the beach, there's a reason for that. If you are someone who loves trees, there's a reason for that. If you are someone who loves to stare at the clouds, there is a reason for that. And what I mean by that is those spirits, those beings, because they're beings, everything is consciousness. You feel drawn to them because you are them, your family, and you have a deep connection. There's a reason why you feel attracted to certain things. And also, what gives you awe, what makes you go, oh my gosh, that's the most beautiful scene I've ever seen. It's like for me, sunrises and sunsets are like mountaintops and forests and rivers and creeks. Every painting I paint will always have a sunset. I have to. I love sunsets. I love to watch them. I love to be there. I love to dance in the sunlight as the sun's going down. And there's a reason for that. For one, you're connected, your family. But also it's a reminder of, it's a mirror. It's saying, this is how beautiful you are. You are as beautiful as a waterfall, as a sunset, as a forest, as a mountain. All they're doing is showing you how powerful you are, how beautiful you are, nature tells you the truth. And so really connect with them. Whatever you feel inspired to, what draws you? Is it rocks? Is it crystals? Is it trees? I am so grateful for this shamanic path that I'm on. And I am kind of charting some unknown territory. I've been asked to take a big leap, to jump out of the nest and fly. And I'm doing that. I'm flying. And I don't know where I'm going to land, but I'm flying. And I would not be able to do this. I would not be able to continue to connect more, to perceive more, to hear and and see more of the magic that this world offers if I was not so connected to the elements. I cannot express that enough. We are spirit, but we also are this of the earth. We are of the elements as well in this experience. And so connecting with your natural world is going to be, it's important, it's foundational. So if you are not someone who perceives spirit guides, that's perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. Go and make a friend with a tree. Okay? Go go and you like to meditate? Go meditate in nature. You like to read? Go read on by a creek. Like, just connecting to spirit guides, connect. I on my path, I will say there wasn't a lot of emphasis on connecting with the natural world, specifically for me, until I had a shamanic initiation. Once I had a shamanic initiation by spirit, I've been guided to connect with the natural world, connect with the elements so heavily. It hasn't been connect with spirit, it's connect with what is around you. And so I have. And they, the spirit, mountain spirit, water spirit, they are really getting me through. They are my family. They are who I lean on. They are who I go to. They are who I cry to. They are who I pray with. They are who I connect with. And yeah. And I will say, when you start to connect to your natural world, I know, you just might see a tree, you might just see a rock, but you will start to see faces in them. You will start to see, when you start to acknowledge them as alive and these sentient beings as family, because they are. Humans have forgotten the way. Most of them, not all, but most humans have forgotten their truth. They have forgotten the way. And my mother maple spirit, she's the one that told me that our home has not, the trees have not, the mountains have not. Because I used to think, like, oh my gosh, like, humans don't deserve this beautiful world, because our very existence, my existence right now, is damaging to the environment. For me to go to work, for me to eat, for me to care for my children, it's damaging. It's toxic. My existence is toxic in how I live and how most humans live. And that weighs on me so much sometimes. And but my mother maple tree, she told me that they have never forgotten who we are, that they look at us with awe, that they see our beauty, as beautiful as a sunset, that they have not forgotten. Our home has not forgotten. And and I'm gonna cry a lot now, so I'm gonna end this. Um, when I first connected with Maple, with my mother Maple, she was just so adamant about just come and sit beside me, sit with me, just come and be with me. And it's that simple. It is that simple. And she, yeah, if you're looking for a tree spirit, pine tree is such a great tree to connect with. In my experience, they connect and speak so directly. Mother Maple is like so flowy, and she'll tell you stories. But my father Pine Tree will like do this. Very masculine, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Just here's this, do it. Not in a mean way, but just like so direct, and here you go. And Mother Maple is just like, come hang, come be with me. You're loved. Did you know that? You're as beautiful as the sunset. Just it's interesting to connect with different spirits. But anyways, I just wanted to share that. And it life doesn't get easy. You just learn how to ride the waves. That is all. That is all. And I will say one other thing. Um, while I was out with Mother Water, little bat wings. When I was out with Mother Water, I have a guide. I don't like to share who my guides are, so I'm not going to, except for like nature spirits. So I have this one guide who came into my life very recently, so I've been connecting with them more. And they came to me in that moment when I was with Mother Water, and they were reminding me of my mission here. And I will say, not I won't go into too many details, but I will say that a lot of us are here to be way showers. If you have made it this far into this video, you are a way shower. You are a way shower, and that's what this guide was telling me is you are a way shower, and way showers are leaders in some capacity, in some unique way. You are showing a path to take. You are showing a truth to hold for others. And they were telling me these challenges, it's your training ground. You have a lot to accomplish. And these challenges are your training. These challenges are going to help you step into your role as this way shower, as this leader. And that was really humbling, and just like, okay, like I got this. Like this is what is helping me help others. One day I will be in a different role where I will be a guide, I will be a model, I will be a path that people can follow. That I am not follow me, but like I get to light as a way shower, as you are. You get to hold this lantern up in the darkness so that others can come find you. And not find you, but find the path to truth, to the light, to unity, to connection. Yes. Anyways, I love you so much. And I also just my body is shaking right now. I woke up today when you pass these hurdles, when you jump over, uh, you have this spiritual expansion. You will, and you will start to perceive more, and you will start to feel more. And today I woke up with my body vibrating, and like halfway through this video, my stomach is just vibrating a lot. So sorry about that. Uh actually I shouldn't apologize for that, but it's just getting a little weird. I love you so much. I love you so much. I love you so freaking much. I love you so much that I will go to a river and cry every day for you. What I do is selfless. What you do is selfless. You healing, you doing this, you prioritizing is so selfless. Okay, bye.